Hi, welcome to the PrismERP technical demonstration. Today we are going to learn about production setup in PrismERP. Production setup is where you configure everything that's needed before production can begin, from production units and work centers to machine, accessories, equipment registration, and maintenance setup. All of these are managed from here. First, you are going to add a unit type. Navigate to the manufacturing menu on the menu bar, go to production setup, and then to add unit type. A unit type is used to categorize production units based on their function. For example, you can create unit types like processing, packaging, or quality control. Select the industry type that is the unit type belongs to. Enter the name of the unit type. Enter a code for easy identification. Now select the branch. You can choose a specific branch or select all if this unit type will be applicable across all branches. If this unit type belongs under another unit type, select the parent type, otherwise leave it blank. Enter the rank. Rank is used to define the hierarchical order of the unit types within the production structure. Finally, set the state to determine whether the unit type is active or inactive. Once all the record information has been entered, click Save. The new unit type has now been created and this is the list of unit types. We can edit its information from here. Next, you are going to add a production unit. From the manufacturing menu, go to production setup, then to add unit. A production unit is where production work actually takes place. For example, if a factory has separate units for processing, packaging, and quality control, each of them can be created as a production unit. First, enter the name of the production unit. Enter a unique code. Select the branch. Next, select the unit type. This links the production unit to the unit type we created earlier. If this unit is a child of another production unit, select the parent unit, otherwise leave this field blank. Select the manager who will be responsible for overseeing this production unit. Now select the industry type for which this production unit is being created. Set the state, whether it is active or deactivate. If this unit should maintain work in progress inventory, enable the SBU WAP inventory option. This allows the system to track inventory that is currently in the production process for this unit. Finally, enable last level if this is the lowest level in the production hierarchy and no further child units would be created under it. All the record information has been entered. Click Save. The new production unit has now been created and it had appeared in the unit list. You can edit its information from here. Now we are going to add a work center. From the manufacturing menu, go to production setup, then to add work center. A work center is the place where production activities are actually carried out. It can represent a production line, a machine area, or a workstation where a specific manufacturing process takes place. First, enter the name of the work center. Now select the branch. Next, select the unit under which this work center will operate. Enter the efficiency. This represents the expected efficiency of the work center and is used during production planning. Next, enter the absenteeism. This indicates the expected percentage of operator absence, allowing the system to calculate the available production capacity more accurately. Enter the number of shifts that will operate in this work center. I'm going to keep 1. Select the applicable shifts. Select the holiday policy that will be followed by this work center. If required, we can also add team. Enter the standard working hour. If required, enter a description to provide additional information. Once all the record information has been entered, click Save. After creating a work center, we can manage it from the work center list. This page displays all the configured work center along with their current status. We can also filter the list by branch name and status. From here, we can activate or deactivate a work center whenever required. We can assign production units to the work center. From here, we can assign production units to the work center. Here we can select the required unit. We can enter the number of machines, the number of operators, and we can set the date which this allocation will become effective. We can add multiple unit allocation if required. For now, I'm going to skip this part. If additional production capacity if needed later, we can use this increase capacity option. We can add machine, and we can also add operator. As we can see, already allocation exists for the same production unit, so we can't increase its capacity. Similarly, if production capacity needs to be reduced, we can use the decrease capacity option. We can also assign machine to the work center. Click on this option. Select the machine group, click load. Select the machine that we want to include in this work center and click add. We already have max number of machines for this unit exceeded, so we can't add more. Let's get back to the page again. We have several additional tabs here. The first tab is the in progress steps. Here we can view the production steps that are currently being performed in this work center. We have unit wise capacity, displays the production capacity allocated to each unit assigned to the work center. As we can see, we already have multiple number of machines and multiple number of operators here. That's why we couldn't add any more machines. Then we have capacity change history. This section keeps a record of all capacity changes along with their effective dates. Finally, we have unit-wise machines. Now we are going to add a machine or equipment group. From the manufacturing menu, go to the production setup to add machine group. A machine or equipment group is used to categorize similar machines or equipment into a single group. For example, all cutting machines can be grouped under cutting machinery, while all packaging machines can be grouped under packaging machinery. First, enter the name of the machine or equipment group here. Enter the code here. Select the branch. Enter a description if additional information is needed. Select the state. Next, enter the number of machines that will be included in this equipment group. Then enter the number of frequencies. This defines how many maintenance frequency schedules will be configured for machines in this group. All the information has been entered. Now click Save. The machine group has now been created. From here, it can be viewed, edited, or managed whenever required. Now we are going to add a machine or equipment. Machine and equipment are the resources used during the production process. Before they can be used in the production planning and maintenance, they needed to be added to the system. Enter the name of the machine or equipment here. Now enter a code. Select the branch. Select the unit where this machine is being added to. Select the equipment group that this machine belongs to. Select the equipment group that this machine belongs to. Next, select the type. This defines whether item is a machine or another equipment type. For this demonstration, I am selecting machine. Select the associated product if applicable. Enter the estimated capacity of the machine, then select the appropriate unit of measurement. Enter the maximum runtime in hours. This defines the maximum number of hours the machine is expected to operate within a production cycle. Enter the lifespan of the machine in months. Enter the number of operators required to operate the machine. If needed, enter a description to provide additional information about the machine. Now let's configure the maintenance frequency information. Here enter the name of the maintenance activity. Select the frequency such as daily, weekly, monthly. Then enter the maintenance duration in minutes. This specifies the estimated time required to complete the maintenance activity. I'm going to add another one here. We can add multiple maintenance schedules for the same machine depending on operational requirements. Once all the record information has been entered, click Save. We have created a new machine. From here, we have several options to manage the machine. First, we have Add Capacity. We can add capacity for the machine. We can add new equipment capacity. Next is Add Parts, where we can add and manage the spare parts associated with the firm. The more option, we can perform additional option. Next is Add Parts, where we can add and manage the spare parts associated with it. From this more option, we can perform additional action. We can edit equipment to update the machine information whenever required. If a machine was created by mistake or should not be used, we can reject it. We can also deactivate the machine if it's temporarily or permanently out of service. Here we have 3 additional tabs. The first tab is Register Machine, where we can view all registered instance of the selected machine. Next is Parts, which displays all spare parts associated with the machine. Finally, we have the Capacity tab, where we can view the production capacity information configured for the machine. Next, we are going to add an accessory. From the manufacturing menu, go to Production Setup to New Accessory. Accessories are additional components or attachment associated with a machine or equipment. They help extend the machine's functionality and can be managed separately for maintenance and lifecycle tracking. First, enter the name of the accessory. Enter the code number here. Select the branch. Select the unit. Select the machine with this accessory will be associated. If required, enter a description to provide additional information about the accessory. Select the associated product. Enter the estimated capacity. Select the unit of measurement. Enter the maximum runtime in hours. Enter the maintenance frequencies months. This defines how often the accessory should undergo maintenance. Enter the lifespan of the accessory in months. Finally, enter the maintenance duration in hours. Once all the record information has been entered, click Save. The new accessory has now been created. It has appeared in the accessories list. From the details page, you can manage the accessory like machines. Now we are going to perform machinery or equipment registration. From the production setup, go to register machine. After adding a machine, the next step is to register it. Machine registration is used to record the actual machine that has been installed in the organization along with its vendor, serial numbers and accessories. Select the branch here. I'm going to keep all, then select the unit. Select the machine. Select the vendor. Enter the part number if available. I'm going to skip this. Next, enter the serial number, serial 1 and 2. Now let's configure the accessories associated with this machine. Select the vendor here. Click Add. Enter the part number here. If applicable, enter the serial number. Set the maintenance start date. This is the date from which the maintenance schedule for the accessory will begin. I'm going to keep the defaulted. Once all the record information has been entered, click Save. The machine has now been registered and it will appear in the register machine list. Now we are going to perform batch machine registration. From the manufacturing option, go to machine register, then register machine by batch. Batch machine registration is used to register multiple machines of the same type at once. This helps save time when several identical machines need to be added with similar information. Select the unit. Select the maintenance contractor who will be responsible for maintaining these machines. Select the machine group. We can also enter registration alias if required. Then select the machine. Enter the quantity and click Add. Once the quantity is entered, the system automatically generates multiple registration rows. For each machine, enter the registration alias, part number, serial 1 and serial 2. Then we can set the maintenance start date from which the maintenance schedule for each machine will begin. Since we already have multiple registered machines in the system, we are not going to add a new one. Let's head back to the registered machine list once again. This is the list of registered machines. We can also filter the list by branch and status to quickly locate a specific machine. Now we are going to create a maintenance schedule. The system will automatically generate all maintenance schedules for the machine based on the maintenance frequencies and configured during machine setup. Click on the row here and then click create maintenance schedule. The system has generated a schedule. From here we can view in progress steps, we can view accessories, and we can view the maintenance schedule. Next we are going to add a maintenance team. From the manufacturing option, go to production setup, then add maintenance team. A maintenance team is used to group the employees who are responsible for machine and equipment maintenance. When a maintenance activity is scheduled, the appropriate team can be assigned to carry out the work. Enter the name of the maintenance team here. Enter the rank number. Enter the group email. This email can be used to send maintenance related notifications to the entire team. If required, enter a description to provide additional information about the team. We can also add team members under agent information. For now, I'm going to skip this part. All the record information has been entered, click save. This is the maintenance team description and their list. We can also edit their information. Now we are going to add a maintenance reason. From the manufacturing option, go to production setup, then to add maintenance reason. A maintenance reason is used to define the reason for performing machine maintenance. For example, maintenance may be required for routine serving, inspection, repair, or part replacement. Defining this reason helps keep maintenance records organized. Enter the name of the maintenance reason here. Enter the code. Select the machine here. This is the machine for which these maintenance reasons will be applicable. We have entered all the information. Now click save. We have added a new maintenance reason. So in this session, we covered the whole process of production setup in PrismERP. We have seen how to add a machine group, we have seen how to register machine, and we have seen how to maintenance schedule and how to register machinery. So that's it for production setup today. Thanks for watching us. Bye.